And once again, Apple does it with the new iPhone, except it looks exactly the same as the previous one. So what really is the difference? And is it worth actually buying? Well, the big thing for me personally is the new color. The Desert Titanium is like a dark gold. If that color came in the 15, that's the one I'll be buying. So just the color alone might sway with that and actually putting proper cameras on all three of the cameras, which is pretty good. In 4K, that's pretty good, except the amount of data and processing power that'll take is where people always miss those marks. Sort of footage in 4K, you actually can't even press on the camera unless you actually connect an external hard drive because it takes too much storage. So 4K 120 frames is going to be the same thing. There's going to be a limited use that it can be used for unless you are adding a whole bunch of external components to it. The other side is processing power, 30% higher CPU power, which is for processing all the AI stuff and processing the 4K 120 frames per second. Now 30% increase doesn't seem like much, but when it comes to high-end components, high-end computers, it's about how it works. Apple's always really good at utilizing low amounts of RAM, low amounts of GPU, CPU, that sort of stuff. And that's why they're able to put lower components in their stuff, but still get the same standard, the same functioning performance as things like Samsung and stuff like that, to a degree. I mean, it can only get you so far until you have to put better components in, and that's what they've done with the 16. Other than that, the other physical feature of the phone is, of course, these thinner bezels, a bit thinner than the 15. Well, they say it's actually the thinnest bezels on the market now, and it should be because it's the latest phone to come out. Everything from like finding pictures according to descriptions in your phone, which you kind of have been able to do on Android phones for a long time. But anyway, besides that, they say it's better. And they've got this whole AI emoji thing where you can create any emoji you want, which obviously you'd probably need two Apple devices to actually see that both ways. Which means that's like the new version of the whole green versus blue bubble situation. They've got the new AI emojis, which no one else has at this point. And of course, if you're sending those through to other devices, they're going to just be nothing because they won't be able to see it. Overall, we came out and it almost looks identical, but the 15 has the same performance as a 14, which has a slight increase in the 13, a slight on the 12, and a slight on 11. So if you're not really doing heavy filmmaking, I'm probably looking at getting the 16 just because I like the new color. So I'll see about that. But for now, I'm using the 15 Pro Max to continue filming these videos. Make sure you subscribe for more of these tech videos. I'm looking at doing a few more of these tech videos in the future, maybe some reviews and other stuff, but it looks like the main things that get views on this channel at least is tech-based videos. So I mean, I do like the tech sort of stuff to a degree, so I might make some more of that. I like to give a real-world user use of it rather than someone who's super technical at tech stuff. So it gives you a better viewpoint of how it is used for you. Just like in this case, I say, if you have a 15, don't get a 16. If you have a 13 or less, you could probably consider it. But 14s, 15s, I wouldn't even bother. That's all for this one. I'll see you in the next one.